everybody, Bonehead from the Bonehead podcast, and we're going to be doing a quick Kickstarter review today. We're going to be looking at the One Ring to Skill Them All Kickstarter, the skill ring for fantasy, football and war games, which is a 3D print. It's an STL file set, a big set of STL files for a skill ring that attaches to the bottom of your miniatures and has interchangeable skills. So perfect for Blood Bowl. You can put block, you can put dodge, you can put player numbers on there, you can put player other skills, you can put the ball token, all attached to these, and they attach to your models pretty securely. There we go. And you can detach them again, but you can add your skills to the bottom. They stick to them. They're removable. They are adjustable. They will stay put in game, but you can take them out inside and out of game. So let's have a quick look at the product, because we got some 3D files and we went on a printing frenzy. So we've got some printed versions here, and we're just going to kind of have a look at the actual product itself. So there are some minor printing foibles which were entirely down to me. Don't get me wrong, this is very easy to print, but as you can see, where's the zoom is there, that was on me, just the way I laid it up. I tried to support it cleverly and just ended up damaging it coming off. Anyway, you can see here we've got one number piece actually already attached. Now the videos on the Kickstarter do show very clearly it's kind of tight to get it on, but that's fine. The whole goal there is to keep it stuck to the base so that you can add it to the players before the game, and in theory pop them off again afterwards, which actually works really well. So one thing I wanted to show is, let's see if we can do this, and let's see if we can do this on camera. I wanted to add a number plate to one of these. Let's go with Fitzmagic here. I know this isn't the right number, but you can see it just tucks in on one side, swing it around to the other, and see if I can do this with my fat thumbs on video. There you go. Clip it in both sides and push it down. Depending on how well you've cleaned the print, that's going to be key, because you can see there I've done mine a bit lumpy and haven't cleaned it up very well. It goes on pretty nicely, and with a bit of fandangling, you might have to get a blade in there or something. You can pop them off depending on how clean they've been done. But now, there you go. He's now numbered. One thing I will say is that these skills are very small. So what have we got here? We've got the Blitzer one. There we go. You can see you've got the text on there. They are very thin. So for a couple of mine, I have doubled the size. So if there's a particular skill that I want just to have, for example, Bonehead, if I want to have that on there, I've just scaled it up 200%. And you know what? That works absolutely fine. So we'll add this skill to the skill ring by doing the same thing we did earlier. You can paint these beforehand. I like the idea of that. And they just slide on and slide down and clip into place. I'm not going to bother with that one because I don't want that on there. But it's actually really simple to put on. So, got player, there we go, add that, clips into place, and you're good to go. Now, you can also have a ball token one. Here we go, which I've printed off, and it will go on, but one thing I have noticed is that they don't go on probably easy enough for you to use during game, not with the ball token anyway. So I recommend using a different kind of ball token perhaps in the game, but there you go. That was the most difficult it gets. He now has the ball, so actually that works a treat. As for skills, I love them. Skills and numbers with a bit of tidy up, they are superb. So let's have a quick look at the Kickstarter page itself. It is called Skill Ring for Fantasy Football and War Games on Kickstarter. There's 10 days left to go. This will be funding on June 17th. It's almost 600% hit its target, nearly £2,000 of a target, 343, almost 100 backers, and yeah, there'll be well over a week by the time this video comes out. So you got some examples here of actually some really nicely painted models, but with the bases in place. They've left the grey plastic on there and painted up some of the skill sets. I think a nice bit of black and some varnish, these will look really, really good. They'll kind of blend into the bases. Probably should have done that for this video, but hey, live and learn. So as we scroll down, you can see there's no glue required, up to 8 skills, and from what we just saw then, you can click them on and click them off, and because of the sizing, it works brilliantly. I have magnetized one of mine because I just had magnets and a bit of extra plastic and thought I'll give it a go, but that's magnetized it to the bottom of the mini. But you do not need that because they just clip on really nicely. That's not going anywhere, and then you can pop it off, which works brilliantly. Actually really happy with that. Up to 8 skills can go on it. The rings fit perfectly in a side of pitch. They do, as you can see. It just fits standard miniature size. Now, I haven't tried scaling these up to 40mm, because if you've got big guys, you're going to need to do that, but I can't see why that won't work at all. So let's have a look at cost. So I've already backed it straight away because I thought it was a great project. £19, triple flash. You'll get skill holder set for 32mm, 25mm and 40mm base sizes, and you get all the stretch goals as well. They've got some videos here of how they work. You can see my my YouTube history there. John Wick soundtrack, great music. So they've got some great little videos on how to add them, how to remove them. It's very similar to what we just looked at. You get all the 3D files, you get a load of different stuff, you get the big skills, you get the small skills. They've done a great job of providing just tutorials, but it is so easy to do. So easy to do. And they've even got little paint guides for these as well, FDM, resin, however you want to do it. Really, really, really cool. So as we go down, let's have a look at the stretch goals. We've got all the numbers, star players, ball skills, ball tokens, skull bases, which is what we've got here. So our ones are the cool skull base. Absolutely love those. Main positionals, tutorials, re-rolls, turn counters, touchdown counters, the Punisher base, which I'm not sure what that is. But we've got Orc, Dwarf, Goblin. We've got absolutely every team there. The Blitz token is the next one, but that seems completely unnecessary. Oh, bless. Oh, that's rubbish, but probably useful, actually, having the -1 stat things as well. That's actually really clever. And you can see here on the screen more examples of it being done. Ball token as well, which we've got access to. Very, very cool. Skull base, which is the one we use. I love it. Rerolls, we've seen some of those as well. Touchdown counters will be good as well. The Punisher base, I do like that, but this classic skull I think works brilliantly. But look, all the different races now have got those things. So if you've got a specific type of team that you love playing, orcs, 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 print out the orc base. It just looks cool. Completely unnecessary, but awesome, which is basically what we do here when it comes to Blood Bowl. So you've got all the teams, all the skill packs. It's not a huge amount of money. If you don't have a 3D printer, it is of no use to you, obviously. Let's just see if they've got any other things. Buy them a coffee. But you will have the STLs here. Oh, so I went all in and got it all, but actually you can get one team worth for £12 as well. And the different sizes. There's also a merchant one, so I wouldn't be surprised, given there's 8 backers, if you won't be able to buy these afterwards. So I guess there's nothing left to do but to go to my final thoughts. So my final thoughts on this product. Ultimately, you don't need them. Are they helpful? Yes. Are they variable? Yes. Are they modular? Very much so. Are these going to be useful a lot of the time? Yes, they genuinely are. I think we'll be using these for our YouTube games. We're going to be starting filming them next week. So I've been printing bits and bobs ready for ours. It's going to be useful. They will stand out. If you guys think back to the World Cup and how they tried to do very similar things to this, but with different quarters and it was all printed, that didn't go so well. This, with block written on the flip inside, it would be superb. So I like this. It is value for money. I'm very glad to be backing it. I'm very glad there's a few guys in our group backing it as well. They're going to be useful for League. I know I'm going to be printing these for the guys down at the club. And you know what? Because they are so tiny, the skills are so tiny, you can do a couple of prints and have more than enough skills for whatever, or just chuck them in. So if you do have a 3D printer and you are a Blood Bowl player, or you're at a league, or you're part of a club or something, it is worthwhile, because this is going to be really helpful. The ball bit, not massively useful sometimes. It's a bit tricky to take it off. I don't know, I think another ball token will probably be a little bit quicker, but the skills bit is going to be really useful for you to remember what you've got and to remember what your opponent's got as well. So I'm a big fan, glad I've backed them. I feel like I'm going to be using these for years, which is actually a really big thing. Anyway, let me know what you think of the product. Go and back it. It closes on the 17th, so if you've got a 3D printer and you're a fan of Blood Bowl, this is a really useful product, and I genuinely do recommend it. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. Happy printing. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the show even further, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Or come and join us in our Patreon, link below, where you get early access to our content and monthly competitions. See you later.